How's it going, Habibis? I am a little bit under the weather, so if I sound kind of gruff and tough, that's why. I wanted to go over some replays here because I feel like we've really unlocked something with this Dark Magician deck. If you are playing Dark Magician prior to this new support in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I really think this is the way you gotta do it because let's consider this kind of a going back to our roots movement. I feel like this deck does best when it does what it's supposed to do. And it's a control deck at its heart. Dark Magician is. So we decided to go back to some control elements of the deck, like Bystials. And also, if you saw our last video, you saw that we are trying to play Dark Magician the Dragonknight a little bit more often. With Primite Fusion, he comes up more often than he used to. So let's see what happens here in these duels, and I'll show you guys the deck list at the end. I really think these are awesome games, and you guys need to pay attention to how we kind of go through the different decks throughout this meta. These are all on our climb to Master 1. We're trying to climb from Master 5 to Master 1 with this deck. We're currently in Master 2, so if you guys want to see the climb, I'm probably going to be streaming it later on twitch.tv/KingMatty. Without further ado, let's get into this replay, because I don't want to talk too much. So, you guys have seen this combo. Like I said, if you haven't, the video will be linked in the description, but basically it's a great combo with a Primite card and Magician Souls. Now obviously here we draw into, my initial goal was to go into Nether Brazilius with this Primite Fusion, but when I drew into Dark Magical Circle and Eternal Soul, I mean, my inner Yugi couldn't help himself. I had to summon out Dark Magician the Dragonknight. And then we're gonna go Verte here to summon out Dragoon. So it doesn't get much more beautiful than that. You got Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Dark Magician the Dragonknight with the DM triangle set up, Droll, Bystials. Let's get it. So we're going up against this basically rank 4 turbo deck. And what we're going to do here is we're going to banish their Doo-Doo-Doo Warrior using Dark Magician. And then we're also going to banish their their little lizard thing that could special summon itself using the Drewsworm. So, like I said, control, 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 banish, 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 and Bystials really help with that. Let's go into another replay. Alright, so to further go into the control aspect of the deck, we are also playing Super Polymerization. Anything that raises the capabilities of this deck just to be very control oriented, I'm here for it. Now, what I did here was I set up Roar instead of Drill Beam. I'm not sure why. I think maybe I thought they might be on Maliss, so I thought Roar might be a better option to set up so that Dark Magical Circle can maybe banish their back row or their something, but turns out they're on Tenpai. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of their one-of field spell, so no Singed summoning for them. Of course, they have Kaiman, so they're able to summon out Chandra, and now we're going to use that Super Poly. Like I said, Super Poly is just a great control card. You know, it's very good at wiping the board. I've won duels single-handedly because of Super Poly. So they are going to attack into our Garura, allowing us to draw a card, and then they're going to set up follow for next turn. I'm sure they're hoping that, you know, I'm able to go into the battle phase and they're able to start doing some stuff here. But we're going to clear this board before we get to that point. So they're going to Valor my Ether Barrel. We're going to go into IP Mask Arena. I didn't want to use my Imduct just yet. That's why I did that. Now we're going to go Primite Fusion into Dark Magician the Dragonknight. Dragonknight is going to banish the one of Chandra. Okay. Next, we're going to go into our Verte Anaconda, and we'll let Dragoon clean this up for us. Dragoon's going to pop, they're going to nib, we're going to negate. That was my 5th summon. And look at that. 4,000 damage on the board. GG. GG easy. It's very low to the ground, but effective. Trust. Alright, we're going first here again. And look, I will be honest with you. It's very simple, very consistent, the way we play this deck. You're going to see a lot of Bystial control, a lot of DM triangle, We're basically just trying to get as much advantage as we can, using Magician Souls for draws. So here, we're going to just go into Dragoon. We played through an Ash Blossom, so that kind of stopped us from setting up like an Nether Brazilius or something along with that. But here we're going up against the dreaded Orcust. So I'm going to activate Maxx, and they're going to cross out Designator it. I'm going to allow that. See, I feel like I have so many disruptions here. I have Dragoon, I have Ash, I have Baldrake, I have Baldrake twice. You're going to see what I mean in just a second. No reason to negate this with Dragoon. So now we're going to use Baldrake to get rid of their skeleton, so now they can't use its effect in the graveyard. Then they're going to go into their Galadia, whatever, and we're going to use the token that he was so generous to give us, and we are going to get rid of her. Then we're going to Ash the Sanji here, and that is going to be it. Saji, excuse me. That's going to be it. That was their last play. We stopped their Orcust, we stopped their Mitsurugi stuff. We stopped their stuff in the graveyard because of the Bystials. You know, we banished it before they could banish it, so GG. That is how you beat Orcust in this meta. Bystials are Orcust's worst nightmare. So here we're going up against Dragonmaid, and it's a decent deck. It's one that I've been seeing now with the new support. I've been seeing a little bit more often, so figured we'd go over it here. I felt comfortable going into Hieratic Seals because I have Eternal Soul. So now I'm going to try to revive back my Dark Magician, and Sora is going to banish DM, which I personally feel is just very rude. However, so now we are not going to have an active Drill Beam, which sucks, but we still have a few disruptions here. Let's see what we can do. Many of the Dragonmaid are not light or dark, so it does kind of complicate things. We're going to return this back to their hand. We're going to activate our Magnemite. They're going to cross out Designator the effect of Magnemite, which is okay with me. So the way I look at it, right, when I'm in these duels like this, I'm looking at, okay, he has 2 dead cards in his hand, right? I know one is Kitchen Dragonmaid, the other one is that level 8 that we returned. He has 3 cards in his hand to play with. I still have Super Pole, I have a Baldrake. Let's see what we can do, okay? So he's going to activate his Hospitality, summon out the Chamber Dragonmaid, and he's also going to send whatever this is, banish both to summon out Lady Dragonmaid. And I maybe coulda, woulda, shoulda like gotten rid of this, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Because now he's going to go Hieratic Seals, use his Dragonmaid Tidying, okay? Dragonmaid Tidying, and he was planning to summon out the Lady Dragonmaid, okay? We are going to use Baldrake to remove it from the graveyard. So this forces him to summon out his Parlor instead. Or I'm sorry, forces him to summon out his Kitchen Dragonmaid from the hand. And then he's going to go into Lady's Dragonmaid again from the extra deck. Now during the end phase, we're going to use Super Poly, get rid of these 2, which is going to be huge for us. Summon out Garura. And then Tidying, by the way, you'd summon from the hand or graveyard. So here we're going to go grab Dark Magical Circle, activate Dark Magical Circle. Guys, I've been saying this, I might have to make a video talking more about it. I really think Dark Magical Circle is here to stay, even when the new support comes out. It baits a lot of disruptions. It does strike fear in a lot of people's hearts. I think for us as DM players, we don't value it that much because we kind of think the card isn't that good, but it does have its advantages. The opponent here is going to use Drewsworm's effect again. We're going to go ahead and summon out Dragoon, draw 1 card, pop the Drewsworm, negate this effect because we have game here, and swing for a GG. So, despite our Dark Magician being banished, the Bystials, the Super Poly, the non-engine really, or the secondary engines, are really what make the deck, not only the synergy of them, but they really elevate the deck to compete against the meta. And you have to be willing to change your non-engine based off of what is currently in the meta. And I think we've done that with this deck. Let's go into another one. Alright, last duel here, and then we will go into the deck list. So, we are going to set up the DM triangle right away. That's why I like playing 3 circles, guys. It's so convenient, especially with Ether Barrel being your primary normal summon. If you draw into a circle and in this case Circle and Servant, you're able to, you know, as with them being kind of like two extenders in a way, along with the starter, you're able to really do some cool things. So here my opponent's gonna Fuwa and Maxx me, so I can't really do too much after this. I don't want to keep giving them cards. We're gonna just draw. We have Drill Beam, we have the DM Triangle set up, we have Baldrake, which can then tribute DM and then bring it back with Eternal Soul, so I'm not too worried. The person with the Maliss sleeves is actually playing Maliss, go figure. They're gonna go into Link Rebo. They used their White Rabbit to set a trap. So now they're gonna go Wizard Adigneister. I'm actually gonna banish this White Rabbit. Okay. So Baldrake is going to summon itself. White Rabbit is going to trigger. So now this keeps the Wizard in their hand. Okay, so they have 4 cards in their hand. Okay. We're gonna Duel Beam the TB11. And then now this White Rabbit is banished and they set 2 and that's it. That is all she wrote. Now we go on our onslaught. We're gonna go Lubellion. Lubellion is going to grab Drewsworm, reset the Drill Beam because mine as well. Go into Imduck. Now we're gonna go Eternal Soul. We're gonna banish the back row, start eating away at it using our control aspect of the deck, the DM Triangle. That's all we got, so we better take advantage of it. Got a full back row here. Going to summon out my Magnamut. I wanted to do this before the I didn't want to do this during the main phase. I think I was maybe at 5 summons, so I did this during the battle phase just in case he has Nib. And Dark Magician and all his dragon friends are gonna finish this game up with a Dark Magic attack. You know, it's not a King Maddie video if we don't finish it with a Dark Magic attack. All right, so I have shown you guys enough. Let's go into the deck list so you guys can see the goo. All right, Habibis, here is the goo. Basically, something noticeably missing, if you guys have seen my previous video, is the Azamina engine. We decided to go with a more Bystial heavy lineup. The Azamina engine is still obviously very powerful. It sets up some draw power, sets up the negate with Ilia Sylvia. But I just feel like given the current meta, Bystials are the way to go. I've actually thought of playing more Bystials because it really ups our number of going second cards. I know obviously we don't have a lot of going second duels in this, or any going second duels in this video, but that's mainly because they're not very entertaining. They usually involve me stopping my opponent from playing, but that's what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Maxing them or fooling them, and then they get frustrated and quit. But that's how you need to have the versatility to play going second. So I really feel like the Bystials help with that, especially given the current meta. Like I said, Luna Lights is affected by it. Mitsurugi is affected by it. Orcust is heavily affected by the Bystials. Even Gem Knights, we've seen Gem Knights being played recently. A lot of decks, Maliss to an extent, get hit by Bystials. So I really like them from that element. Typical DM lineup, playing the DM Triangle, 3 Circle like I mentioned. Are we going to forever be playing this DM Triangle? I have a video where I talk about that. I'll link it above. But unfortunately, I don't know if the DM Triangle is in our future. But right now, it is a huge part of the deck and it helps out a lot. So we are playing it. And then normal Primite lineup and TTT and Super Poly, they just win games, guys. They win games. This guy right here, Triferoveratum, whatever. He's really good against Maliss and Mitsurugi. I've won duels against both using him. So this is the deck I've been playing on my way to Master 1. It's a ton of fun. It's very powerful. I really, really like it. I feel like this is probably my most success I've had in a little bit using this deck right here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to thumbs up it for me so that it gets promoted and the YouTube algorithm sends it off to all the wonderful Dark Magician duelists. If you guys are not subbed to my YouTube channel, be sure to drop a sub. See if we can get to that 7K number before the new year. That'd be amazing. Thank you guys so much in advance. If you guys want to see a video on how to play Dark Magician's new support, I'll put it right over here. But until next time, Habibis, take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love.